welcome to today's episode of Linking In with Louise. And I don't know about you, but I feel that right now people are really flocking to social media and to LinkedIn and actually linking in and connecting a lot more than normal. I have recently started a YouTube channel for my LinkedIn videos, and I'm intending on putting one video out a week. I have already got a video up there on how to understand your social selling index, where to find it and how to improve it. And I have a video up there about LinkedIn headlines, why they're important, and tips on writing your headline. So if you'd like to check those out, go to youtube.com/social BNI or search for Linking In with Louise on YouTube. And I was just at a online event this morning where a YouTube expert called Justin Brown from Australia was saying that I think their average views on YouTube were about 60,000, say, I don't know if that was a week or a month. I don't even know. It wasn't a month. It was definitely a shorter period of time than that. But in April 2020, that had shot up to something like 120,000 views. So doubled the number of views. And they have an extra 500,000 subscribers, I think, from 1.5 million to 2 million. And just the traffic on YouTube has just increased astronomically. And I think it's the same for all social media platforms right now. So this is recording just at the end of April 2020, and you will be listening to me probably just as we head into May. The sun is still shining in Northern Ireland. Thank heavens. Our garden looks really, really good compared to a month ago. We have lots of plants. We've planted our own wildflower garden spot at the bottom of the garden, and all the hedge at the back has been trimmed down, and I'm trying not to watch my husband with the chainsaw up the ladder because, let's just say, I'm not very good with accidents or potential accidents. In fact, if you start talking to me about accidents that you might have had, I'll stick my fingers in my ears and run out of the room really fast. I can never have been somebody who worked in the hospital or dealt with blood because it actually makes me feel quite faint. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with LinkedIn. So today I wanted to talk to you about a few new features on LinkedIn. And the first one I want to talk to you about is the feature on LinkedIn. So if you have a look at LinkedIn today and go to your profile or to somebody else's profile and scroll down. So if you go to your own profile and scroll down, you'll see underneath the About section that there's a new section that's called Features. And this is a really, really brilliant section, I think. So it used to be that in your About section on your LinkedIn profile, you could upload video, links to other websites, and links to your articles, and people didn't really know it was there, and they would have had to click on the About section box to view it. I've also got another little tip for you, actually, that I learned this week, and I'll tell you in a second. So now these links are actually in a box of their own called Featured, and it's below your About section. So if you go to LinkedIn and have a look at mine, I have been able to feature my latest YouTube video and my social media marketing articles that I've written about LinkedIn. And they really stand out. A few clients that I've worked with on their LinkedIn profiles recently, on this featured section, when I've reviewed their LinkedIn profiles, this is an area where people need a little bit of assistance, because I've seen people uploading PDFs that are hard to read. So you want to make sure whatever you have in here is easy to read. Okay, and easy on the eye. So not a PDF of something that's got lots and lots of text on it that we can't really read because it's too small. Other people have uploaded maybe a Word document that's got several photographs on it. Well, why don't you make a slide share, which is kind of like a rolling PowerPoint, and upload that instead? So if we clicked on that, we would see your photographs in all their glory, rather than trying to click on a Word document or PDF, open it up, and still not really able to see your photographs. So what else can you add in there apart from blog posts and photographs? So you can highlight your posts on LinkedIn. So if you had a post on LinkedIn that had several thousand comments, or really highlighted what it is that you do in your role, then you could have that in your featured section. You can feature your own articles. So it's interesting because the top two things that LinkedIn wants you to feature, well, going by their menu, is number one, posts, and number two, articles you've published on LinkedIn, which actually I think is genius, because you might have heard me say before, my posts in general get around 1,700 views on them on LinkedIn, but my articles would be under 100 views. So it's much harder to get eyes on your articles unless you are following the tips that I give out in my how to get people to read your articles on LinkedIn. So the third thing then is links to web content. Now that's interesting because it could be a link to a video on YouTube. It could be a link to your blog, your website, a link to a particular blog post. It pulls in the featured image of that post or video as well. So for YouTube, it pulls up the thumbnail of the video. And then the fourth thing is media, so photographs, documents, and presentations. So with a little bit of work, you can make your presentation could be a slideshow of all of the images of where it is that you work. Or if you are, let's say, you work with people in a service-based business, it could be photographs of your treatment room. Or if you are an executive coach, it could be pictures of you with your clients. Just use your imagination, what's going to appeal to your audience and show your expertise. That would be something to put in there. Now, I'm sure there are limits on the number of things you can put in your featured section. I have got currently about 8 different things in there, from a speaker reel, a link to a podcast episode I did, photographs of me at my Californian conference with the other speakers, 2 of my LinkedIn articles, 2 of my Social Media Examiner articles, and 1 of my YouTube videos. So that's what I've got in there at the moment. You can also edit that section as well and move them around, okay? So definitely try that section out. So that's called the featured section. And then the other new section or functionality that I have seen on LinkedIn, and I wrote an article about it for Social Media Examiner, is LinkedIn events. So there will be a proper full episode on LinkedIn events coming out in a couple of weeks' time. But just to say that if you are hosting a online or in-person event in the future, you can create an event on LinkedIn and invite your entire network to attend. You can link out to tickets. So I've got an event coming up starting on the 18th of May. It is a 3-part workshop. So it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Each day there is a live training for an hour with 30 minutes Q&A about LinkedIn. Surprise, surprise. It's a paid workshop. It's on my LinkedIn profile. So if you go to my LinkedIn and have a look for my events and scroll down the left-hand side, you will see it's called Power Up Your LinkedIn Set of 3 Online Workshops. All right. So basically how to do it, you create the event, you upload your graphics for your event, you set the time and the date, you add in a ticket link if you've got one, and then you invite your audience to join you or to connect with you. So I would say that people can say that they are coming to your event, but that doesn't mean that they've actually bought a ticket. So there's a little bit of work still probably to do on this, but it's a really valuable, I think, addition to LinkedIn. So once you've created it, you can share it on LinkedIn as a post. You can send it in a private message to somebody. You can tweet it out, or you can share it to Facebook. So definitely check that out as well. And you can set up private or public events as well. So go and have a wee look at that functionality too. So it's great. LinkedIn are adding in new bits and pieces all the time. And I know that they have got in the pipeline, they've got polls coming. Now, initially, I think polls are to do with, for people who don't get my accent, it's POLLS, not POLES. So taking a vote on something. I believe that that is going to be initially in groups, and then hopefully it'll be out in the main for creating new posts. I don't know. Let's see. Let's wait and see. I was looking for some information on it, but there's nothing there at the moment. And I did definitely see it last week. So I wonder, are they pausing on it? It'd be interesting to see. So add in the featured section on your LinkedIn profile. And then if you're having an event, and an event can be, so I'm doing this 3-part workshop, But it could be a webinar you're running. It could be an online networking event. It could be lots and lots of different things. So have a wee think about what your event would be. Create it in LinkedIn. Invite your network to attend. Start conversations inside the event on LinkedIn. And if you go over my LinkedIn profile, you'll see a link through to my full article about LinkedIn events that went live today on Social Media Examiner. Okay, I hope you are all keeping well. And if you want help with your LinkedIn, get in touch. I am happily doing LinkedIn profile reviews at the moment for my clients. I'm also doing some LinkedIn strategy work this week for one of my clients, and somebody's just been in touch today to ask about me writing their LinkedIn profile for them. So those are all things that I do. And then tonight I've got my live Q&A call for the members of my LinkedIn group program. So if you want to check that out, that's full training on LinkedIn plus monthly Q&A calls to show up and ask any question you have about LinkedIn, as well as a Facebook group of members of that course for somewhere to tag me and ask me questions, because I know you've got questions about LinkedIn, and I think if I don't have the answers, I can find out for you what they are. So come and join us in that group. It's socialbni.com/level up your LinkedIn. And I look forward to speaking to you next week on the podcast. Have a great week and talk to you soon. Bye.